Hi guys, Rinamarsh here, and today I'm going to be talking about the press, how the press actually works, how I personally get set up on a table when I want to go for a press, and how you should, or if you should even train the press. So let's get into it. So first off, I'm going to be explaining to you how the press actually works. A common misconception that people have around the press is that it solely relies on the strength of your tricep for it to be an actually effective move. And they will do a press like this, where they will try to keep their arm as far away as they can from their body and from their shoulder, and then they will try to press while maintaining that distance, or even sometimes they will try to push their opponent's arm with their tricep like this, hoping that they can pin them and actually do a press correctly. Well, this is actually completely wrong, and the strength of your press actually relies on the size and strength of your bicep and hammer. This might sound a bit confusing at first, but as I explain it, it will make more sense to you. So, when you're trying to press someone, you actually want to tense your bicep and hammer up, and when you turn in for a press, you want to allow your arm to lean on your bicep like this, and using its size, you're going to press your opponent's arm down, and then you're going to be able to use the whole weight of your body, and you're going to be able to apply it to your opponent's arm like this. And your tricep almost has nothing to do with this, which actually people think it does. So again, you don't need your tricep at all for the press. You only need your biceps and hammer to execute the press correctly. The second thing that I'm going to be explaining to you is how I actually get set up on an arm wrestling table if I want to go for a press. So my leg stance is actually the most simple leg stance that you can use for really any arm wrestling move or technique. And if you don't know how this looks like, I've made a video called All a Beginner Should Know, where I explain in much greater detail how this stance looks like and how you yourself can use it. So after you have that stance, you're going to want to place your elbow at the edge of the pad right here and keep your riser high. So you have a height advantage over your opponent, and you're going to have a great overview of your own hand and your opponent's hand as well. Then you're going to want to lift your whole body up by standing on your toes and lifting your body up like so. And now you're on your tiptoes and you're ready to enter a press. After you, of course, square off, and of course, when you're practicing any arm wrestling technique, always do it the correct way. Set yourself up like you would in a real match. You don't want to learn it from some position that better suits you. You want to learn it the best way, which is a way that a referee would set you in a real match. So this is how it looks like and how to enter a press. From here, when the referee says ready, go, I hold my hand static and with a bit of supination and cupping, turn my whole body in, and when I'm in this position where my hand is right behind my shoulder, I press down and jump even more on my tiptoes so I can press with my whole body my opponent's hand, like so. And of course, keeping in mind what I said earlier, I let my hand rest on my bicep so I don't need to strain my tricep at all, and I simply press down. Of course, what you want to be careful about is if your hand gets out of the line of your shoulder. So if you are looking from this perspective, your hand should be right in line with your shoulder, or even better, in the middle of your body like so. If it goes anywhere outside your shoulder, that's a dangerous move where you can get hurt at, and then you want to actually switch techniques and you don't want to actually continue using the press. Of course, if your wrist gets compromised, that's completely fine as well. You can press down even if your wrist is compromised. It doesn't really affect the strength of your press. As long as your hand is leaning on the bicep, you have all the strength that your press needs for you to pin your opponent, like so. So how should you train your press, or should you even train it? Well, in my own personal experience, I have never trained my press through a pulley or through any move actually that simulates a press. I have trained my triceps before and I haven't seen any significant improvement in the overall strength of my press. And actually, when I stopped doing those exercises, my press got significantly stronger. So what would I recommend? I would recommend you to train your press a lot more on the technique side of things, where you try to find the most comfortable and the best possible setup on the table for yourself when you're trying to get into a press, so you can be as efficient as possible in executing that technique. But of course, that doesn't mean that you shouldn't train your triceps. Training your triceps is extremely good, and it contributes to the health of your elbows, and that is very important in arm wrestling. And when you're trying to execute or do the press, you will notice, especially if you're doing this the first time, that you will have a lot of pain in this tendon right here. So of course, training your triceps is still important, but not for the press. So guys, that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I really do hope that this video helped you better understand how the press actually works, and that it helps you actually execute the press a lot better. If you like the video, leave a like and subscribe. It really does help the channel out. And if you have any other suggestions for a video that I should do, leave a comment below. I'll be reading them all, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.